Good morning, everybody. Just topping off the bins here. Welcome back to the farm. I've got everything topped off, ready to go. It is March. We had a very uneventful winter, but we did get all of our corn sold that we had here. So we have 2 empty bins over here on this farm. Our corn is gone from this farm, but we still got some at the other farm. And today is the day that we need to start doing some planting. And what we're going to be planting today is some oats. So we're going to kind of branch out into something a little bit different. This year on this farm over here, we're going to do oats and narrow soybeans again. We're not going to do as many narrow soybeans as we've been doing, but our corn, man, that really got us set up pretty darn good. We actually came out, I would say, ahead of the game here. We did buy some more land with the money that we made off of the corn, and it's actually part of the land that we are going to go work today. So, gonna go ahead, get everything going here, and we had a great demand over the winter for our pellets. You know, between our milk sales and the pellets, that's where we've been making most of our money. If it wasn't for those items, we'd have a pretty bleak winter outlook. But we've just gotten to the point where the snow is melting off. The ground is mostly ready. I'd say it might be a little tacky in places still, but it'll be all right. I think we'll be just fine. I really do think we'll be okay. Well, this is the field we're going to start in right here, is this big field right here. This is going to be our oat field this year. This is just, I guess you could call it a test. I want to see if the oats will work. There we go. And we'll just dive right down into it. Here we go. And we are planting. That easy. I'm hoping that these oats will produce for us, and maybe do us some good. I don't know. I do know this year we're going to concentrate more on corn than we did last year. Man, there's been just little things that have changed here and there. It's really not been that much. Mainly we've just been focusing, now that we kind of got our farm set up the way we want it, I've been focusing on what can we plant that is going to provide the most for our farm, you know, what's going to give us the most. And Judging from what I've seen, yeah, I think oats is going to do us really good here. I think it's going to be a good crop. And you have to excuse me, I have been sick for the last week and a half. So my recordings for this week are going to be a little bit wonky on my voice. It's kind of a bad deal if you want to know the truth, but not much I can do about it. It is what it is. I'm still a little bit on the tired side, but I'm recuperating well. But we went ahead and we bought the land that was next to us here. So straight ahead of us. And it's a little different. I was not expecting the person that owned it to be the owner of it, if you know what I mean. When they approached me and said, "Hey, we're selling this land, would you like it?" I couldn't tell them no. I mean, we made about $400,000 off of the corn. And as you can see, we've merged it into one big field. This was the field for our neighbor. 303,000 later, this was our property. I think it was a good deal. This is the little creek that comes off of our pond, so, you know, we might as well have it. That land over there, there's no chance. It's owned by a giant conglomerate. I seriously doubt we'll ever see the opportunity to purchase it. All honesty. But as far as this ground right here, yeah, we now have a much larger field. We didn't gain a whole bunch of acreage, just a little bit. But it's enough. It'll work out in the long run. Anyway, I'm going to save my voice a little bit, and I'll see you guys here in just a few. Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, I think we have a problem with this tractor. I have noticed it when we've been turning around that there's a pretty heavy clunk under the front end there. Not sure what's going on. It doesn't seem to be affecting its ability to plant here, but I'm pretty sure something's not right. We'll get a couple more runs up and down here, and then we'll attend to it and see what's going on. I'm not sure what to make of it at the moment. But maybe when we get up here and we're in the middle of a turn, I'll stop and have a look, see what's happening. It's not a good thing, that's for sure. But it is what it is. We just, make the best of it. That's all we can do. Yeah, there it is, right there. That clunk. Let's have a look, shall we? Oh, yeah, that's a problem right there. That would be a major, major issue. We've got parts of the tractor coming through that shouldn't be coming through. Oh, boy. Well, that's not good. Let's fold this thing up, shall we? We need to go ahead and fill it up anyway. Yeah, look at it. Popping. Yeah, we can't have that. Well, let's hope it holds together while we go drop the cedar off at the house, and then we'll take this over to the dealership and see what they got to say about it. I hope the wheel doesn't fall off in the meantime. That would definitely ruin my day. That's for darn sure. But we'll just have to wait and see. Probably is going to put a hold on everything over here today. I really don't want to hook the Versatile up to try to plant with it. It's just not we haven't planted this, so we're just going to cut across our field here. The Versatile would just not be a good fit for it. As much as I wouldn't stop myself from using it, I think we'll just see what they got to say about it, take this over there and go from there. But I'm going to go ahead and put the planter here in the shed. Picking up all my lime dust. Look at that, just coats everything. But I'm going to put this planter in the shed here. That way we can also fill it at the same time. Yeah, I can't believe that. Oh, I can believe it. None of these tractors I'm running are new or newer. They're all pretty old. Doesn't make them bad. Nothing wrong with an older tractor setup. It will still get the job done. Now that I think about it, no, we're not going to tax the... Yeah, it's poking through. We're going to start losing oil out of the front end. I was going to say we could use the 4320 to finish up the planting, but that's a pretty heavy planter for the 4320. That would be rather hard on it. I wouldn't, I mean, I think it could do it. I think it would be able to finish the planting, but it's just, we just got it back from the service shop for issues that it had. And, yeah, I don't want to fight with that. We'll just take this in, let them have a look at it, see what's going on, what they can do to fix it, and we'll go from there. If it's fixable, I don't know. Somebody told me some of these parts are getting hard to find. And when you do find them, well, They're not exactly good parts anymore. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll just wait and see what the dealership says. Good thing our John Deere dealer's not too far away here. Oh look, they even got the door open for me. I don't know if that's for me or not, but if it is, I'm taking advantage of it. I'm going to go ahead and roll right in here. I imagine with this issue, they'll want it over here. I imagine. Okay, well, yeah, look, it's still having issues there. I don't know. It's poked through, broke through. Well, I'll go talk to him about what's going on, and I'll be back here in just a minute, okay? Well, everybody, that's it'll be a while before they can get to it. We're back here at our farm. Let's go ahead and go over to the other farm. We do have some planting to do over there, or seeding over there to do. We'll have to clean this up real good and, yeah, see what they have to say about our tractor. So we'll just hop in here and go to the other farm. Over there, we have expanded again, but that's just by cutting down a whole bunch of trees to keep up with our production that we have. It's land we already own, so it's not costing us anything other than wear and tear on the poor little old tree trimmer. It's getting some hours on it. In fact, it's probably going to be due for a service here pretty soon, I would think. But, you know, we got plenty of time. It's supposed to be nice. We can finish planting this once our tractor is done. We'll just hop over to the other farm and plant some acreage with it. You know, that's okay. That farm is going to be nothing but rye this year. Every bit of it. I have some fall planted rye in there right now. Plus the rye that we bought the farm with that has never matured. Now, I'm not sure what's going on with it. I've had some experts out from the college. They've looked at it. They don't know what's going on. But they thought it was rather weird that the rye hasn't done anything. You know, it's just sat there. And they said it could have went into a dormant stage. Maybe it got a little too cool for it right off the bat. And it went dormant. So, I don't know. I figure, well, when it comes due, we'll harvest it, you know. We'll work on it. But I did open up another section of field that I believe is pretty nice field, to be honest. And I am going to do the same, just plant rye in it again. Boy, do we have a lot of slurry and everything to spread at this farm. Man, do we ever. But anyway, I think this will be good. Go. Oh, I did find an old Dutz Alice 9190 air-cooled. I couldn't help myself. I got rid of the 4840, and wait till you hear this thing. Isn't that just sweet? A purr. I found this. I couldn't turn it down. Now, it is air-cooled, but, man, the old girl runs good. So I went ahead and, you know, took the plunge and bought it. That is one thing that did change for this farm, but I like the change. I really do. I think it's going to be a very, very good change for us. Okay, got that hooked up. Yeah, we've just been producing away. I did go ahead and get a flatbed, a big flatbed. And this is what we had left over from winter. And we're still producing, so I have a feeling we're going to have that rack completely full here soon. Oh, and I've got so much wood chips that I had to create a wood chip storage. So we put this up. This is just full of wood chips. It's unbelievable how many wood chips I've made. We won't run out anytime soon, that's for sure. But it looks like we're a little bit low. Let me go get some seed real quick and some fertilizer, and we can get going on this. Give me just a minute. Okay, that's a lot better. I had to use some of my storage space for seed and fertilizer, but it took an entire pallet each, so we are now ready to rock and roll. We did spread some manure out here a little bit and some slurry. But we're just going to go ahead and start right here on the edge, and we're going to go ahead and plant more rye. And I'll show you where the new field is here. We'll just go ahead and kick in right here. Like I said, this is a nice older tractor. You know, this farm kind of started out as an Alice farm, so I guess it's fitting that we end up back where we started with Alice again. There we go. Go ahead and kick up through the gears here a little bit. So we're going to have some, it's basically fall spring mix crop here, because right there, that's the rye that we planted before winter. And that's the new field. And there's a nice open path here to get through. Nice big field we've got back here. Goes clear over to the county line, or well, over to our road that borders us to the east. So really, really nice setup for us. Man, it took a while to get everything cut and trimmed and plowed under, but you know, I mean, look at the results. We've got a much larger quantity of field over here now. So, happy. Very, very happy. And you can see, till we get the trees in full bloom, I mean, you can see right there just how big that field is. I would say it's about as big as this field here. Close to it, you know. Fairly close to it, anyway. But at the moment, at least we got another tractor working for us here and getting the job done. We're going to have hopefully a bumper crop of rye over here. Boy, I hope we do anyway. We need it. We need all the crops going in, harvested, you know, everything. Anything helps. But, well, enough talk. Let's get to planting. See you in a few. Well, we're getting right down into the thick of it here. We're almost done. And, yeah, the old Alice here is just taking this field by storm, let me tell you. It just doesn't seem to have any issue whatsoever getting in here and just letting her rip. I tell you, I'm impressed with the setup so far. But we're just able to roll right on down the road here. I mean, we did have to fill it up. I did go ahead and clean off the planter because it was just caked in the lime dust that's out here on this field. Well, you can see it kicking up in the tires right there. It's terrible. We are also pretty dry. I thought the moisture that we got earlier was, you know, a pretty fair amount of moisture, but I was wrong. Man, was I wrong. I thought we were looking good, but we are not looking good at all on moisture. We are going to need some rain, and going to need it soon. Definitely going to need some rain soon. But we are planting. Now, I originally wasn't going to plant this particular field all to rye and this whole farm to rye, but I think it's just going to work out for us in a pretty good way. It's kind of unusual for me, but we're going to have a rather large corn plant this year. I have a feeling we're going to spend a couple of days planting corn. So we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. But boy, we sure have been going through the seed over here. I figured I had enough, but I didn't. Man, I was surprised. I'm glad that we got seed before we started. Because if we wouldn't have, it would have been a bad deal. And, you know, it'll be the last time we need seed over here on this farm for this year. Because this will be all of the acreage over here done and planted. So all we got to do is just come over every morning and essentially just take care of the cattle We have had a booming growth of cattle. I mean, amazing growth, just because so many calved out. And we have got everything from little babies to heifers to adults producing milk, and I am thrilled, ecstatic to have that. We need it, let me tell you. Boy, this thing just doesn't even recognize that there's a hill there. I thought it was going to struggle a little bit here and there, but it is not struggling one bit to get anything done in this field. I can't say enough of how impressed and how well behaved this tractor functions in the field. In fact, might just take this over to the other farm and use it over there to finish up what we've got over there. It certainly can do the job. I have no doubt about that. But it really doesn't use that much fuel. And it runs. Man, it runs great. So we might run it home. I don't know yet. I think we probably will run it home. Just because I don't know how long the John Deere is going to be down. And this has proven itself to be an excellent planting tractor. It really has. And we can use it to continue planting over on the other farm, you know. And I do like the visibility out of this. It's really, really good. We'll go ahead and get this backed up in here real quick. That's good. And like I said, I suppose we could take this to the other farm and continue to use it over there, and I think we will. Okay. We'll just leave it run there. We'll just take the little Honda here. We'll just run it into the shed where it's good enough. Run it into the shed, and we'll just run this back to the house. And yeah, we'll just use it over there till we figure out what's going to happen to our other tractor. I don't know. I'm actually a little bit worried, if you want to know the honest to God truth. I'm worried about what's going to happen with the John Deere. But I guess we'll find out in due time. It'll all work out. It always does. Well, anyway, I'll get this over here to the other farm, continue what we're doing. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for putting up with my voice being a little strained. See you in the next one. Bye for now.